truth, authenticity, balance, court, law and order, you know? So this is going to be interesting. It's really nice to know who actually will be present and listen to you. It really is nice to know who actually will listen to you, even ask you questions, get curious about you, you know, and what you're going through and how you feel about you know? It's rare. It's rare, man. So I really am curious to see what kind of changes we're going to see and experience. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to agree with me whatsoever. You know, that's what we're here for. We're all students and teachers, and I'm not saying I'm the only person that's right. And that's another thing that really irks me about a lot of people is that they just think they're right about everything. They really do. And I'm not right about everything. There's still so much that I don't know. Nobody knows it all. And you can't act like you do. So get your freaking stick out of your Sorry. Get off your high horse. You don't know it all. Stop acting like you do. That's ego. I'm so tired of the overactive ego. Bring some humility in your life. But some people never change. They just don't. Some people never change. Maybe it's time to set those boundaries and with yourself first. With yourself first. That's where it starts. Then set boundaries with others. How do you act in the relationship? Is it all them? Because if it's all them, oh, that Raven was cool. Anyway, he was big. That's the name of my new car. It's Rays. I named my new car Rays, short for Ravens and Sun Rays. My last car's name was Pearl. This one is Rays. It's time, I hope, for people to start really reflecting on their behaviors, their intentions, beliefs, and actions with themselves and others. I really pray so. That's my wish. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening, you guys. The ones who listened, the ones who stuck through and actually listened. It's funny when you become aware of when somebody's very one-sided in the relationship you have, and you become aware of their like repeated cycles in the relationship, in the connection, and in the conversations and interactions. The repeated cycles, and you start catching them in, like, I've caught people in conversations to where I'm like, oh yeah, so you didn't hear what I just said? I'm not stupid. So you did not just listen what I just freaking told you. Or, you know, you just start catching people in these things. And man, it is hard sometimes to let shit like that slide. It can be hard, dude, at times. But I've gotten good at just being like, alright, cool. Sweet. You know, like, right. I still love everybody. That's never gonna change. But it's good to have the boundaries within yourself and with others, having standards and values and self-respect, but also respect for them, you know? And when you become aware of these things, you really start seeing it in every single relationship you have. Seriously. I've seen so many parents, this is so sad. I've seen so many parents go throughout their day with, like their kids around or loved ones around, and they're so self-absorbed in what they're doing that they haven't even sat down with their kid or sat there with them to have a freaking present conversation. I see it so much. It's like they act like they're just in their way. It's so sad. I'm not saying I've never done that before. Okay? I'm a mom. And sometimes I'm like just zoned in on what I'm doing, and I'm like, hold on, let me finish this, but I try to come back to that awareness of, okay, now I'm present, right? Now I can make eye contact with you and actually listen to what you're trying to tell me like 5 minutes ago. So now here I am. You've got all of me. You've got all of me. And I try to do that with every relationship I have. And I hardly ever see anybody else do it. Like, there's just a few people that I know of who actually will be there present in the relationship. It's sad. Everybody's so goddamn self-absorbed. So self-centered, self-absorbed. That's what I'm going through at the moment. And feeling, and just my intuitive take and thoughts about it. And I seriously believe that we all have intuition abilities in some kind of way. I really do. Like, I believe we are all born with some kind of abilities, intuition, empath stuff, or whatever it may be. And because everybody says babies are in tune. They are closest to the veil. They can feel things, see things, right? And children, they say this all about every single one, So we're all born with it. We all have that gut feeling at times. It's almost like when a family in the household, one person wakes up at 3 a.m, goes to the kitchen, get a glass of water, can't sleep, and then their loved one comes in and says, "What are you doing up?" "I can't sleep." "Well, I can't sleep either." It's kind of like that, or similar dreams or whatever. We all have some kind of abilities and intuition. That's just how it is. That's my belief anyway. It just gets shoved down, blocked, detached, conditioned and programmed to the 3D freaking physical world, society, and what society has to say. That's changing, and that's great. That's part of this awakening and, the ascension and all that, which is awesome. And I do feel like there has been a lot of the collective awakening and changes that way. I really do. I believe it wholeheartedly. I talk about it all the time. And so, but it's like, yeah, it just feels like this push and pull right now, and spiritual war. It really does. So, I don't know, maybe some of you guys kind of like feel the same way right now. It wouldn't surprise me, but I'd like to know. We'll talk it out. Anyway, I do wish you all abundant love and light. So be it, so it is. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys in the next reading or video. Alright, bye.